Hey Reds, welcome back to the MUFC Corner, your home for all things Manchester United, the passion, the pain, and everything in between. And today we've got a story that stings. Because when Roy Keane talks, Manchester United fans listen. Especially when he's fuming, and after our recent gut-wrenching defeat to Chelsea, the United legend did not hold back. Let's unpack exactly what Keane said, who he called out, and what this means for the future of this football club. So, just to refresh your memory, United took on Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in what should have been a winnable match. And for the most part, it looked like it. But in true United fashion this season, we somehow turned a win into a collapse, conceding 2 goals in stoppage time and losing 4-3. Absolute heartbreak. Now, for those of us who've followed United long enough, this season has been one long roller coaster of inconsistency. But Roy Keane saw enough in this game to call out 3 specific players, and his words were absolutely brutal. The first player Keane didn't hold back on? Marcus Rashford. Keane said Rashford's body language was awful and claimed he looked like a player who didn't even want to be on the pitch. That's a heavy accusation, but let's be honest, it's not the first time we've seen Rashford switch off in a big moment. He's one of the most talented players in the squad, no question. But time and time again this season, Rashford has looked like he's playing with no fire. There's no urgency, no leadership. When the team needs him, he fades. And Keane's had enough. Next up, Antony. Now this one's no surprise either. Keane tore into Antony for doing, in his words, nothing. He accused him of showing no end product, no intelligence in the final third, and no ability to change the game when it mattered. Honestly, many fans would agree. For the price tag he came with, Antony's output has been disappointing. Too many tricks, not enough substance. Does he expect? Yes, he works hard defensively. But for a winger wearing the number 21 at Manchester United, you expect moments of magic. And we haven't seen that enough. Keane said what many of us have been thinking: he's not delivering. And finally, the third name on Roy Keane's list, Casemiro. Now this one might surprise some people, because Casemiro has been one of our best players since he arrived from Real Madrid. But Keane said what we saw against Chelsea, and frankly in quite a few games recently, was a shadow of the player we know. He looked off the pace, sloppy in possession. He gave away a penalty with a lazy challenge. And overall, Keane questioned whether age is catching up with him, whether he still has the legs to dominate in midfield like he used to. And you know what? That's a fair question. Casemiro's been overplayed this season. He's coming off injuries, and he's been thrown into the deep end over and over again. But for a player of his caliber, the expectation is to lead, not make mistakes in critical moments. So that's the core of Keane's rant: Rashford's attitude, Antony's lack of output, and Casemiro's decline. 3 players who should be leading this team, but instead are part of the reason United collapsed again. Keane didn't stop there. He went on to question the club's mentality. He said United looked like a team full of individuals, not a team with unity or grit. And honestly, we can't argue. We've seen it too often this season. When things go wrong, nobody steps up. Compare this to the United teams of the past. Teams with Scholes, Vidic, Ferdinand, Rooney. Those guys would fight until the final whistle. Today's squad? They fold when the pressure rises. Now, what do we make of Keane's comments? Let's be real. He's emotional. He's passionate. He's brutally honest, and that's what we love about him. But he's also not wrong. If United want to rebuild, if we want to challenge for titles again, we can't carry players who don't show up when it matters. This summer has to be massive. Ineos are in. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is watching. A new sporting structure is being built. And decisions will have to be made, big ones. Do you build around Rashford? Or do you cash in? Do you give Antony another season? Or admit the mistake? Do you trust Casemiro to bounce back? Or start grooming his successor? And here's the thing. If a legend like Roy Keane is this fed up, imagine what the fans are feeling. There's no hiding at Manchester United. You're either performing or you're on your way out. So, what do you think? Was Roy Keane right to call out Rashford, Antony, and Casemiro? Should they all be dropped? Sold? Given one more chance? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear what you think. who deserves to stay, and who's not good enough to wear the shirt. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from the MUFC Corner. We've got more match reactions, transfer news, and tactical deep dives coming your way. Thanks for watching, and as always, glory, glory, Man United.